Welcome into Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Today on the show, don't change a thing, Snitker. We're watching Dansby's replacement and confirmation that Ritter did have a good performance over the weekend. It's all next. Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked On Sports Atlanta.
This is Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta. And it starts now.
Welcome into this Tuesday edition of Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Head to youtube.com, find Locked On Sports Atlanta in that search browser. When you get there, hit that subscribe button. Over 3,000 of you have subscribed. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for making this thing growing so quickly, so fast. We appreciate everybody who's been a part of this new community there. Leave us a comment as well. I do read through everything that you all say, good, bad, or otherwise. Also, we are free and available on all your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify and Odyssey. Leave us a 5-star review there. Then give me a follow on my personal Twitter page at JMCH316. You know, it's kind of crazy. I was thinking as I was getting up, getting some coffee, my coffee AM. I'm drinking coffee AM, of course. As I was kind of just getting everything ready, a song was kind of popping in my head because I was thinking about what we're going to talk about today. And it's the Billy Joel song, Just the Way You Are, right? And the one part of the opening lyric, don't go changing to try to please me. I know you don't want to hear me sing or whatever like that, but it just got me thinking. The lineup last night for the Braves was perfect. And I'm going to send a message to Brian, because here's what we know, right? We know that they all listen. We know that when I speak, things happen, right? I gave you Olsen. I've told you about Ozuna, told you about Ronnie. Every time I speak, things go into existence, right? And we give it to you straight, and it all comes together, right? We give you the straight skinny here. Here's my message to Snitker. Don't change a thing about the lineup last night. So in case you missed it, Braves obviously pounded the New York Mets after the crazy rain delay and all that. 13-1 last night is what it ended up with. Braves had 15 hits. They had more than twice as many hits as the Mets in that game last night. But the lineup last night, Ronnie leading off and playing right, Dansby hitting second, playing short, Riley in the 3-hole at third base, Olsen hitting cleanup and playing first, Contreras was your DH last night, Rosario out and left, then Darno behind the dish, Grissom at second, Michael Harris in the 9 spot. Okay? Can I tell you, and look, I'm not talking about for the next 50 games, this, that, and the other, but for the remaining 3 games of this series, Snitker, don't go changing to try to please me. Keep that lineup. No Ozuna. You keep Contreras in. You let Rosario play left, right? Michael Harris hitting 9th where he belongs. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it's a complete spark for this offense when he's down at the bottom of the order. Everything about that lineup makes sense, especially the no Ozuna part. But hey, listen, he is hitting 174 now for the month of August. But I know you guys are going to tell me, don't blame him for. Okay, all right. Anyway, so we won't get into all that. But that lineup last night was perfect. And for at least this series against the Mets, which you want hot take? Let's go hot take. This is the most important series played in baseball this season. Up to this point of the year, Braves, Mets, because of the 2 teams involved and the standing and trying to win the division, this is the most important series played in baseball this year. Not when Freddie came back here to Atlanta or any other series you can come, not Red Sox, Yankees for the 8 millionth time. That doesn't mean anything. When you look at the standings and what it means and the defending World Series champion and everything along with it and their nemesis that they can't seem to get over the hump, this is the most important series in baseball this year. Because after this, it's only 3 more games. And that doesn't happen until October. And I'll tell you that by then, the division is probably going to be kind of decided, especially through when we get through this 4-game set, that we'll have a better understanding of everything. Now, we'll talk more about this here in just a second. But first, quickly want to talk about my friends over at BetOnline.net. your number one source for all your betting needs and your sports information. Look, super easy to use. You got your mobile device, right? You want to bet on baseball right now. You want to bet on football coming up over the weekend. College football is right around the corner. Boxing, golf, MMA. Everything is available to you at betonline.net, your number one source for sports wagering information, live betting, esports scores. Everything is there available to you. You need sports news, you need podcast information. Everything is available to find at betonline.net. So very easily head to the website, use that mobile device that you got, learn more about the trends in the action over at betonline.net. BetOnline is where the game starts. So look, obviously the results make this thing kind of easy, right? But not playing Ozuna. And look, I'm all for giving Ozuna a week off. Let him go to the beach if he wanted to. Let him hang out. Let him go he can chop, do his thing from fine. Just don't put him in the lineup right now. And keep Michael Harris down in the 9 spot. And I like Ronnie, Dansby, Riley, Olsen. I like that. Contreras, I want him at DH right now. Now, again, you can't burn those guys out over the next 40, 50 games or whatever, because obviously Contreras is your backup catcher as well. But for a minimum of this series, that lineup, c'est magnifique. Don't change anything about it. No need to play Ozuna when you've got Scherzer and DeGrom. I don't need to see him up there flailing away and swinging and not swinging and taking pitches and can't move anybody along and sitting back and hoping that he gets a pitch that's grooved to him that he can hit out of the ballpark. Braves had 15 hits last night. Yeah, they hit some homers last night. They also hitting doubles, moving guys around. I mean, look at the top of that order last night. Dansby and Ronnie last night were 6 for 9 with 3 runs scored and 6 RBI. And neither guy homered in the game. Oh, they drew a walk. Dansby drew a walk as well. 6 for 9, 6 RBI, and 3 runs scored. And didn't hit a ball out of the ballpark. Right? So, look, we've talked about this series is way too critical. Don't get cute. Don't overthink. Don't overmanage. Take your talent. Take the best guys you have. And fortunately for the Braves, they have a deep enough team and a deep enough roster that you can sit an Ozuna and it doesn't kill you. Or you can not play this guy or whatever. That you have a Contreras and a Rosario and guys like that. You have those guys available to you. So in a series that's this important and really, truthfully, could decide what the NL East is. Because we talked about yesterday, right? Braves have to win 3 out of 4 in this series. Find a way to get it done. Because now it's going to get cranked up and amped up, right? Now we're going to get into Scherzer, DeGrom, and all those guys out there. So Snitker, you did magnificent last night. And to quote the great Billy Joel, don't go changing to try and please me. All right, when we come back, may not like this, but we might be watching Dansby's replacement right now. It's all next. Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked on Sports Atlanta.